Annie Jacobsen is an American investigative journalist, historian, and best-selling author known for her in-depth work on national security matters. Born in Connecticut, she graduated from Princeton University and began her career as a journalist writing for various publications. She gained prominence with her 2011 book Area 51, an uncensored history of America's top-secret military base, which became a New York Times bestseller. Throughout her career, Jacobsen has specialized in uncovering classified government programs and military history. Her other notable works include Operation Paperclip, which revealed details about the secret U.S. program that recruited Nazi scientists after World War II, The Pentagon's Brain about DARPA's history, and Phenomena, exploring the government's research into psychic abilities and extrasensory perception. Her books First Platoon and Surprise, Kill, Vanish further delve into military operations and CIA activities. Jacobsen has received several awards for her journalism and has appeared as an expert on various television networks, including CBS, NBC, and ABC. She serves as a journalist and contributing editor for the Los Angeles Times Magazine, and has written for publications such as The Daily Beast and The National Review. Annie Jacobsen. Operation Paperclip, the secret intelligence program that brought Nazi scientists to America. Prologue. His is a book about Nazi scientists and American government secrets. It is about how dark truths can be hidden from the public by U.S. officials in the name of national security, and it is about the unpredictable, often fortuitous, circumstances through which it gets revealed. Operation Paperclip was a post-war U.S. intelligence program that brought German scientists to America under secret military contracts. The program had a benign public face and a classified body of secrets and lies. "I'm mad on technology," Adolf Hitler told his inner circle at a dinner party in 1942, and in the aftermath of the German surrender, more than 1,600 of Hitler's technologists would become America's own. What follows puts a spotlight on 21 of these men. Under Operation Paperclip, which began in May of 1945, the scientists who helped the Third Reich wage war continued their weapons-related work for the U.S. government, developing rockets, chemical and biological weapons, aviation and space medicine, and many other armaments at a feverish and paranoid pace that came to define the Cold War. The age of weapons of mass destruction had begun, and with it came the treacherous concept of brinkmanship, the art of pursuing dangerous policy to the limits of safety before stopping. Hiring dedicated nasal swabs without precedent, entirely unprincipled, and inherently dangerous, not just because, as Undersecretary of War Robert Patterson stated when debating if he should approve Paperclip, these men are enemies, but because it was counter to democratic ideals. The men profiled in this book were not nominal Nazis. 8 of the 21, Otto Ambros, Theodor Benzinger, Kurt Blom, Walter Dornberger, Siegfried Nemir, Walter Schreiber, Walter Schieber, and Werner von Braun, each at some point worked side by side with Adolf Hitler, Heinrich Himmler, or Hermann Göring during the war. 15 of the 21 were dedicated members of the Nazi Party. 10 of them also joined the ultra-violent, ultra-nationalistic Nazi Party paramilitary squads, the SA and the SS. 2 wore the Golden Party badge. Indicating favor bestowed by the Führer, one was given an award of 1 million Reichsmarks for scientific achievement. 6 of the 21 stood trial at Nuremberg. A 7th was released without trial under mysterious circumstances, and an 8th stood trial in Dachau for regional war crimes. 1 was convicted of mass murder and slavery, served some time in prison, was granted clemency, and then was hired by the U.S. Department of Energy. They came to America at the behest of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Some officials believed that by endorsing the Paperclip program, they were accepting the lesser of two evils, that if America didn't recruit these scientists, the Soviet communists surely would. Other generals and colonels respected and admired these men and said so. To comprehend the impact of Operation Paperclip on American national security during the early days of the Cold War and the legacy of warfighting technology it has left behind, it is important first to understand that the program was governed out of an office in the elite E ring of the Pentagon. The Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency was created solely and specifically to recruit and hire Nazi scientists and put them on weapons projects and in scientific intelligence programs within the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the CIA, and other organizations. In some cases, when individual scientists had been too close to Hitler, the JIOA hired them to work at U.S. military facilities in occupied Germany. The JIOA was a subcommittee of the Joint Intelligence Committee, which provided national security information for the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The JIC remains the least known and least studied U.S. intelligence agency of the 20th century. To understand the mindset of Joint Intelligence Committee, consider this. Within 1 year of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the JIC warned the Joint Chiefs of Staff that the United States needed to prepare for total war with the Soviets, to include atomic, chemical, and biological warfare, and they even set an estimated start date of 1952. This book focuses on that uneasy period from 1945 to 1952, in which the JIA's recruitment of Nazi scientists was forever on the rise, culminating in accelerated Paperclip, which allowed individuals previously deemed undesirable to be brought to the United States, including Major General Dr. Walter Schreiber, the Surgeon General of the Third Reich. Operation Paperclip left behind a legacy of ballistic missiles, sarin gas cluster bombs, underground bunkers, space capsules, and weaponized bubonic plague. It also left behind a trail of secret documents that I accessed to report this book, including post-war interrogation reports, Army intelligence security dossiers, Nazi Party paperwork, Allied intelligence armaments reports, declassified JIOA memos, Nuremberg trial testimony, oral histories, a general's desk diaries, and a Nuremberg war crimes. Investigator's journal, coupled with exclusive interviews and correspondence with children and grandchildren of these Nazi scientists, 5 of whom shared with me the personal papers and unpublished writings of their family members. What follows is the unsettling story of Operation Paperclip. All of the men profiled in this book are now dead. Enterprising achievers as they were, just as the majority of them won top military and science awards when they served the Third Reich, so it wouldn't have many of them won top U.S. military and civilian awards serving the United States. One had a U.S. government building named after him, and as of 2013, 2 continue to have prestigious national science prizes given annually in their names. One invented the ear thermometer. Others helped man get to the moon. How did this happen, and what does this mean now? Does accomplishment cancel out past crimes? These are among the central questions in this dark and complicated tale. It is a story populated with Machiavellian connivers and men who dedicate their lives to designing weapons for the coming war. It is also a story about victory, and what victory can often entail. It is rife with Nazis, many of whom were guilty of accessory to murder but were never charged, and lived out their lives in prosperity in the United States. In the instances where a kind of justice is delivered, it rings of half measure. Or perhaps there is a hero in the record of fact, which continues to be filled in.